heart with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a back body. Say, oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strong, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Well, good evening.
Well, good evening to you.
How are you, mate? Looking like I don't know, like the main protagonist in a Netflix series. Just
now,
in the room.
Netflix series could you be thinking
just
of?
in the room, just shot, just blinds halfway, just thinking about shit, you know. But welcome one and all, obviously, to the R&R Hour. You know what? We need to actually see when the date we first started, Rob, because I feel like we can actually have like anniversary shows now. I think we've actually been doing this for ages, man. But that's just a testament to yourself and how great we both are, I think. Anyway, Ra, tell me, you had a very interesting week last week.
Back in Saudi Arabia, where I'm not exactly welcome. The true story, like I said, you guys are gonna have to wait for the biography if I ever get to write it.
Can you stop doing this? This is the reason. This is the reason. And then I'm still yet to go there. And then, do you know what I mean? So, Ra, just big up to His Excellent production. Can we get His Excellency just quickly? Can we just no? Okay, all right.
Big up His Excellency.
There we go.
I think if I
every single day and twice on a Friday.
Obviously last week's show was on location at the post press conference in Riyadh. Great experience. You know, I fulfilled a lifelong dream thanks to His Excellency. I got to witness the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship of the world, something I waited 25 plus years for, like we all have, but I was actually there. So yeah, got to meet a few of the personalities. Nobody saw past my disguise, I'm glad to say, so I was able to stay out of trouble. And I'm back again there next week. So fans, another R&R on location for the 5v5 next week. But that's next week. We're still here. There's still stuff going on this week. Let's just have a little review of that big fight night, the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship of the world. My view is I didn't have a problem with like the scorecards, really. I had Usyk winning 7-5. I don't think having a couple of rounds go the other way to Fury was particularly outrageous. I don't agree with it, but I don't think it's outrageous. So overall, I'm satisfied with the scorecards because in the end, the right man won. And was happy with the way the referee, the decisions he made in the 9th round as well. I don't think there was a need to stop it. Yeah, what about yourselves? What was your reaction during that 9th round? Were you nail biting? Were you fuming?
There was a vast amount of profanity that was, that escaped my mind and mouth, I think, during that 9th round, Raw. To be honest, and I feel like I always have to explain myself in this type of situation, but this is what makes boxing fun for me. Okay, because obviously they're like, oh, media journalists, you have to be unbiased or da-da-da. It's not biasness. It's just you want somebody to win. In your heart of hearts, even the most fucking media neutral person will have somebody that they want to win, and they'll all have agendas. Trust me, I got screenshots. But for me, I'll always back the Brit. Ra knows me, everybody knows me. I'll always back the Brit, man. However, as ferocious as I am in the expectance of victory, gracious I am in the humbling of defeat. Because Fury got humbled, One thing that we just need to stop doing is just shoving a microphone into a fighter's mouth, especially after Usyk damn near beat the shit out of Tyson Fury-onitis. I thought it was a great fight. A lot of people thought it was going to be a stinker. I didn't. I thought it would have probably been a draw if it wasn't for that 9th round and the knockdown. I could have been stopped, you know. But if it wasn't for that, I think, yeah, it probably would have been a draw because that judge, he did everything he possibly could to try and, you know, get that draw in. But that one point just escaped. I think it was, 114, 113 by one judge. So, you know, incredible stuff. Tyson, I thought in the short term that Tyson would take it well. He's taking it horribly. He took it horribly. But I believe he's corrected it now and said congratulations to Usyk. But, you know, just saying, what did he say? It's because your country's at war. You won the shit. The only war was in the 9th round when he absolutely collapsed your nose, bro. Like, it was... And I was backing Tyson, you know, but I'm honest. I'm honest about what I've just seen there. Usyk is possibly one of the greatest ever to do it. I believe he might, you know, I just think maybe heavyweight resume like that in terms of depth, you could have arguments there for Usyk, but in terms of achievements, you just cannot, you can't falter the man. He's won every major world title in another country apart from his own. The man is just one of the. He's you know,
in the game, amateur or pro.
That he. And you can tell that he was training for Usyk and Fury.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm actually quite positive about the rematch if it goes ahead. I don't think. I mean, I still favour Usyk. You know, I tipped him to get the stoppage win. So in some ways, Fury's gone up in my estimation. Once again, he's shown a remarkable ability to recover from punishment. Still got his fighting heart. He had to get through that 9th round and still try and be competitive. So yeah, let's see. Our colleagues for the rest of the week have discussed this to death, so I don't want to dwell on it too much. Let's see where it goes. The only thing I would say is I really don't think Usyk should tolerate any muck, you know, any sort of messing. Yeah, if the rematch is in October, I think you should make it clear to Tyson it's on that date or not.
I don't think he's going to play mind games on this one, right? I think he doesn't have time. He doesn't have time to play mind games. Do you know what I mean? Like these guys, like 2 years, done, all of them.
Exactly.
You know? And then we make way for the saplings.
Usyk should tell him if you don't turn up on October the whatever the date is.
Yeah, don't
I'm retiring. I'm retiring because I ain't wasting another 6 months. You know. Training camp, then it's cancelled. You've got to start training camp again. Nah, that's what I'd advise Usyk to do. Let all the belts fragment with His Excellency putting the money up. There'll be I reckon within 2 years you can get a new undisputed champ. And if Usyk then challenge, then he could come back and say, "Yeah, you ain't the real man until you've beaten me." But if he alternatively just wants to go off into the sunset. What a way to end. But anyway, I think that's all we should say on that fight because our colleagues, big up to them. They have been discussing that all week. So I do want to talk about what's coming up, the future. And there's plenty going on this weekend, starting tomorrow. Once again, me, International Man of Mystery, tomorrow morning. I'm getting that flight to Riyadh, I think that's how you say it, where our man, local boy, Lawrence Okolie, is looking to win that WBC Bridgerweight title. Now, I know you and all your colleagues at NSS, they're in the NSS group chat, Darshan, Lee, the lot of them, they were all scoffing at me like, seriously, you're going to Poland to watch Lawrence Okolie. But look,
it must be questioned, right? It has to be questioned. Your sanity has to be established here, because who in their right mind? I didn't think I would hear someone out loud say that to me from England. Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Oh, I'm catching a flight to Poland to go see Lawrence Okolie. No, but wait. You know what? I do commend you as the president of the Back the Brit Society. I have to say, I am deeply impressed. Okay, because I don't know what type of main event you're going to get there. Hey, I don't know what type of Okolie you're going to get. But you know what? The mystery is worth it in itself, I think.
But I'll tell you a measure of how surprising it is that I'm going to Poland. The media officer of Boxer, he actually called me today, and he never called. The promoters, they never call us, the media. You know that.
He's shocked as well. He's shocked as well. He doesn't understand shit. He's like, wait, whoa, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, he called me and said, Rah, is it true? You're coming to Poland? I'm like, yes, it's true. He's like, oh my God, listen, as soon as you land, hit me up. We got to get things sorted. He actually can't believe there's someone in the media. But listen, that aside, I like a weekend away. And yeah, look, Lawrence, he's got no end of criticism, especially this past year or so. But let's not forget, this is a guy who had, with a minimal amateur background, still got to the Olympics, managed to win a world title with not many fights. He's got his flaws, plenty of them. But yeah, listen, he made some career mistakes for sure. But no need to hit a man when he's down. And I don't know if you've met Lawrence on the media.
I have.
Whenever I've met him, he's a great guy, lovely guy,
lovely human, lovely guy. It goes without saying. All of them are. Right?
Yeah, most fighters are.
There's very rarely I've met a boxer in a real life and they've been like weird or some type of stuff. But Lawrence is a sweetheart. However, like, we have to keep it £1.37, right? Like, man, I'm trying really hard to be serious here. The jokes are like literally right in themselves and in my eye lobes. On a serious note, Lawrence is going over all of our hopes and dreams. If you are a UK resident of some sort, all your hopes and dreams after watching Tyson Fury-itis get dismantled by the Ukrainian, all our hopes and dreams are with Lawrence and you, Ra, flying over the pond to Reshnikov, or however you pronounce that bad boy there. Now, Lawrence is going to perhaps win the Bridgerweight Undisputed Championship of the world. I think the Ring magazine is appalling for not creating a Ring magazine Bridgerweight top 10. I think that's terrible. And yeah, I reckon. Do you know what? I'm going for broke here. I didn't think that you would go to Poland for this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going Lawrence Okolie by stoppage. I'm going Lawrence Okolie via 9th round thriller. Right, that's what I'm going to. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. True. And I'm not backing away. And I'm taking this shit seriously. Everybody knows. That's it. It's done.
I'll tell you what, though. I think this fight, I think it is interesting, even if we see the worst stylistically of Lawrence that we've seen in the past, because
can't get any worse.
A lot of the stuff he did, he could get away with at cruiserweight because he was so big. Now at this new Bridgerweight division, he's not going to be fighting guys where he's got that size advantage. So Rosansky's shorter than him, but he's short and stocky. And anyone who's seen the few fights of him that's available, he's just rude and crude. There's no finesse with him. He will just come out and look to stick it on Lawrence. Now, in the past, Lawrence, all the clinching is because he's not comfortable getting roughed up and what have you. But it'll be interesting to see how he responds, and if he reverts to type, like tries the clinching. Now you're fighting guys who are bigger and stronger. Yeah, so we might see Lawrence is forced to either call upon his boxing, which he must have been decent to have got to the Olympics, and if worse comes down to it, he might have to actually bring out his big punch, which we know he's got. So I think it's going to be interesting to see, if nothing else, how he copes. And the new link up with Joe Gallagher, again, not an obvious fit, but sometimes a fighter does need maybe a different personality type to get the best out of him. So there's a couple of intriguing subplots to this. So yeah, obviously I'm I'm living in hope. I don't want it to be a wasted journey. So yeah. That's Lawrence.
I'll back it, Ra. I'll back it. I'll guide all the way with this one, baby. Okay, I'll guide Lawrence. Thrilling fight of the year contender. 40. Yeah, 9th round stoppage. This is the way. This is the way. We're gonna get people to obviously come through and have a discussion with us and help me absorb everything that Raz just said to me. Well, we want to cover all the topics first, then obviously get you guys on. GBM.
We got to big them up.
I'll be there.
They're tomorrow. I was at the press conference yesterday. Yeah, they're making big moves in all over the country now, because they've ventured out of Yorkshire for the first time. So big up to Izzy Asif. By the way, the hardest promoter in the world. I think he's the only one who was a pro boxer himself, and at heavyweight no less. So yeah, met Izzy yesterday for the first time. Didn't get to interview him, but main event's a good one. Two guys that have found it hard to get fights: Casey Benjamin and Lucas Ballingall. IBF European title fight, at welterweight. So the winner of that will get ranked in the top 15. So yeah, that's an interesting one. I'm really looking forward to the ladies go at it. Stevie Levy.
Looking forward to that one as well.
Gallagher, because there's genuine needle, and there's the British and Commonwealth title fight, the inaugural British title. So now you're starting to see in the women's game, there's enough quality that they can have a British title fight. And I think it's poised perfectly. They've both sort of stepped up to a higher level a couple of times, fell short. So they've both got a couple of defeats on their record. But still, yeah, looking for that inaugural title. Yeah. So you're going to be there at York Hall, repping us.
Yeah, bro.
What's about forward to those fights?
To be honest, I've been getting into the card like recently. Definitely looking forward to that ladies fight as well. I did kind of catch the presser. It's just good to see, somebody like Izzy venturing out. I know that he's got some good funding. Especially when I spoke to him, we've interviewed him a couple of times, and just all out great guy, cares about the fighters. Even the management around his fighters as well is really good. I think who did they have? Tevin Farmer fought on his last GBM show. So that, I think, should tell everybody what Izzy's intentions are. And to be honest, if he carries on like this, and one thing that I'm really looking forward to is the production. Every single time I've seen all of your selfies there, or all of our other just the aesthetics. You got the voice of British boxing, Adam Smith. Adam, I've spoken to him, interviewed him. One of the nicest, most humble gentlemen you ever meet. That man is a dime a dozen, honestly. And it's good to see that he's fully recovered from the ordeal that he's had. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to the whole thing. You know, I watched the Black Box show. Obviously, Dean White, the promoter there. You know, it. I really wish these type of shows would get a proper broadcaster, because there's always action in the fights, even if you don't really know the fighters like that. The production's good, the crowd engagement is brilliant. You know, that's what I'm really looking forward to. The only thing with York Hall is that it's so fucking hot in that place, man. They just don't want to invest in any type of ventilation system, and I have a major issue with that. That's the only thing. But yeah, looking forward to it. Then I'll be going to.
You're from Zim. I'm pretty sure you can.
Bro, I haven't been back to Zim in like 20 years, bro. Like the fuck.
Don't matter. That genetics kick in when they need to. But yeah, I know what you mean. York Hall is great as a spectator, but for us as media, it sucks. And yeah. Anyway, but listen, go and enjoy the fight. Well, just give a quick assessment of that main event. Like I said, Casey Benjamin and Ballingal. Two guys that I've
not seen them fight before. I'll be honest with you. I've not seen them fight before. But I'm really looking forward to it because the cards that I've seen have all been quite close or just really great fights in general. I think that's where you kind of see that matchmaking, and it propels fighters, onto the the bigger shows. But I want that show to be a bigger show in itself, And I think that Izzy and the rest of them are really going into, TM14 Promotions, big up to them. Peacock, big up to them. It's becoming its own little sort of not conference league, but like you know what I mean, like that secondary championship league, and then obviously you get the fighters coming through, and you just it means the fighters are getting activity and they're getting paid, man. That's the most important thing about everything that they fighters are. And Nielsen Boxing, big up to them. Shout.
We've seen
obviously the Real Summit Sports Agency.
We've seen some of the big promoters do something which I think really needs to be done more, and that is cooperate with these small and mid-tier promoters to get fighters out. So, for example, Johnny Clark's top tier promotions, their next show at the end of June has got two of Matchroom's prospects on their show, Jimmy Sains and George Liddard, because they're both Essex-based. So Brentwood, where Johnny puts his shows on, perfect for them. And Eddie Hearn mentioned that today on IFL, that he's happy to let his fighters go onto those local shows, because while he's gallivanting,
I think he does it already, because William Crowler, he didn't he literally fought on the undercard of one show, I think in the prelims, and then he went headlined a small hall show, all done from Matchroom. And then, well, not done for Matchroom, but Matchroom got him that fight on that. So Eddie's doing it, because Eddie's not going to York Hall. He's not doing that. They've become, one thing I love about Frank is that Frank, because he knows Eddie's not there, he's made it a base for his prospects. Eddie, when he does next gen shows, they're not even next gen shows type of thing. Like, you've got Babbage obviously fighting the Romford Bull, and that's a next gen show, but it's, do you know what I mean? Like, they've had Craig Richards on, so it's Eddie's next gen is kind of different.
Yeah.
To Izzy and stuff, but I'll be doing the whole rounds. So Friday, obviously, I'll be in London there doing GBM. Then I will stay over in London and make my way to Leeds the next day for Taylor Catterall, which is the ending one for obviously Round Eye until we get everybody to come through.
You're staying in London. You guys do me dirty. The one night I'm not in London, you're staying.
I never told you to go to Poland and watch fucking Lawrence Okolie. Like, seriously,
man, you guys. All right, I get the hint.
It's not a hit. It's a fact. It's a fact. You chose. No one else is doing this. Even the people who have created this show called you in disbelief, because they're like.
Anyway, Listen, before we get the viewers in, patient, thanks for everyone who's watching. We will be putting the link in shortly. But first of all, the really big this weekend, as you mentioned, you're going up to Leeds. Taylor v. Catterall, a genuine
first time
grudge match rivalry. We've needed one of these. Now there's bad feeling from that infamous night up in Glasgow, which I was at. Incidentally, the first big away day as a reporter I did. What a night at the SSC Arena. Yeah, well, what's your views? Me personally, I'm going to go in early and say how I see it. I think Josh Taylor's, I think we've seen the best of him. And I think he's made a mistake staying at 140. And I think it'll cost him. This time I see Catterall outboxing him much as he did the first fight. But I think towards the end, after the 8th round sometime, I'll see him pouring on the combos and forcing a stoppage. So I've got my prediction in early. Yeah, how do you see it?
I reckon Catterall, I think he might stop him. I do think a Catterall points decision, but I can see a stoppage as well. Josh has been at the weight for just way too long. I think Catterall, it's quite weird. I'm not too familiar with how long he's been at 140, but he just seems to whether it's rehydrating well or cutting the weight well or an excellent dietitian. He just seems strong in the ring every time I see him. I think his last performance, if I can remember, I think he won on points. Was it against what's his name? Fort Haney, not Ramirez. Anyway, yeah, you lot know. Put it in the comments. Linares, yes, Linares. So yeah, I think Linares, did he retire after that fight? That doesn't really tell me a lot. It just says to me that Catterall has just been floating about waiting for this fight. I think he should have just sort of moved on and tried to get a bigger fight, but I think this is the last. It's a crossroads fight for me, but it depends on how. If Josh were to lose and move up to 147, it kind of wipes the slate clean. But it depends on how he loses. But I've always felt fighters just stay at weights just way too long. It just doesn't make any type of sense to me why they do that. But yeah, I got Catterall via. I'll say points, but I can see a stoppage as well.
Well, I envy you. You're gonna be having a hell of a night out. My own channel, Punchout, did not get accredited because it's so oversubscribed. It shows the interest. So big up to both men. Ricco savagely roasting Raw, says Mr. Styles.
It's not even a roast. It's all facts. This guy is literally going to watch Lawrence Okolie tomorrow to fight. But the boxer called Raw and said, "Is this actually real?" Ben Shalom is in the background, like, ask him, is he really gonna come? Is he actually gonna come? Oh, yeah, what? Really? And they're all the guys are laughing in the back. They're all laughing in the back. Oh, okay, right. Yeah. When you land, definitely just call us. Disbelief. Okay? Disbelief.
Like I said,
listen, Thriller in Polanilla. Okay, Thriller in Polanilla from Lawrence Okolie, and covered by the best there is, my guy Rod. That's not a joke. That's actually
only land for it. All right, so
let's get the facts in.
That's the theme for what we've got going on this weekend after an absolutely incredible weekend that just passed.
Hilarious.
I was on site, incidentally. So yeah, if our producer can put the link in, if any of you, as usual, wants to join, give your 2 cents, roast my outfits out there in Saudi, roast me for cheering on a neighbor, all of that good stuff. Bring it on. We're here for you.
You wore the bat like the other way. I was like, what you did? Like, no, the court. This is Raw. We had to get the fashion police on Raw. Raw wore like a Spider-Man shirt, some jeans, and like running shoes. I was literally like, you don't even have children. I have children. Okay, you can't do that, Raw. You just can't do that.
Wait. When did I watch? When did I watch? Wear the Spider-Man shirt?
You're cool.
Yeah, it looks good on me. Yeah, I don't give a fuck what you say. It looks good on me.
Yeah. Mr. Styles, what's going on?
Mr. Styles, welcome. So, if you can stick to the topics at hand that we've discussed, do you want to tell us your thoughts? Whether it's about what the tumultuous events of the weekend past, historic events, the various stuff coming up this weekend. Hit us with it.
Well, first off, big up to you boys. How are you both doing?
Fantastic.
Good,
Thank
bro.
you.
I hope you are well and your family's well, brother. God bless you.
Update on that. My uncle is starting chemotherapy, so
that's very good, brother. Glad to hear that.
Let's hope it's successful and he makes a full recovery.
Thank you. So let's just get into it. And I'm a little more. I'm still like not like all there, but I'm gonna be a little more focused as I was last time. So I just saw Usyk's team is gonna try to lobby for the IBF to not strip him of the title, so that way, if he fights Tyson Fury again, he wants it to be for the undisputed title. I mean, if they paid enough money to get that done, I could see it happening, but I don't know. I don't know. And plus, you gotta think where Tyson Fury's head is at. He just lost. He should have been stopped in the 9th round. The referee saved his ass. Let's be real. The referee saved him. We all see the clip online. Like he was out on his feet. Like his eyes weren't there. Like he was done. Like he was done.
You know what, Mr. Styles, I disagree with you. I've spoken to a few of our colleagues on this. Yes, it looked like Fury took a lot of unanswered blows, but watch it in slow motion. Quite a few of them, he was half riding, turning away. And because it's the biggest fight of their lives, you know, the entire career's culminated for this one fight. And because Fury's got a track record of having great recovery, I don't have a problem with the way the referee, allowed it to carry on. Issuing the count, again, by the rules, he's allowed to do that. When you fall into the ropes, it's counted as a knockdown and you can start a count. So I don't think there was anything untoward there. I know if it was a lesser fighter, for sure, I think should have been stopped. But given the magnitude of it and that Fury, he's got that track record of being able to, survive, bigger punches than Usyk for a start. I thought it was legit. I didn't have a problem with it. But you're of the opinion, Usyk got robbed of a KO?
Well, not exactly a KO, but more like a TKO, like a technical, like not because, like I said, like Fury was like he was still standing, but his eyes like were kind of a little glazed. Like he wasn't answering a lot of those shots. So I would say not a knockout. It wasn't a knockout. I would say TKO more or less, more like he got robbed of a TKO, like a technical knockout. But but you know what? To your point, Raw, you're right. One of the biggest fights in boxing history in the last 24 years. You kind of gotta let. And I see this a lot in a lot of when it's something like this big on the line, you gotta let these guys and these women fight it out. You gotta let them, because they train their entire lives for this one moment, this one big opportunity. They don't know if they're ever going to get another shot like this again, so they gotta go all out for this one fight. So I can't see your point.
No, there's the rematch.
Well, no, but we're talking like now. There's going to probably be a rematch But before then, like in the early days of boxing, like a lot of guys, they would only get like one shot. Not a lot of them would even get like nowadays. Like, yeah, you are going to get a guaranteed rematch sometimes, but now Like before then, like, you wouldn't see a lot of rematches. I mean, plus,
but a lot of fighters wouldn't be involved in the contracts at those times, I think.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. And also, like,
yeah, I mean, a couple of our viewers, Himanshu and Ando, make a point that if it was Usyk on the receiving end, you can bet top dollar the ref stops it. I don't know. I mean,
His Excellency would have stopped it himself. His Excellency would have got in the ring on a WWE steel chair, slapped the ref, and said, "No, it's done."
This is all speculation. We simply don't know.
Maybe Tyson Fury should
from
go
those
back to
from those scorecards. We know.
Maybe Tyson Fury should, if he loses his rematch to Usyk again, maybe he should go back to competing in the WWE. He already did it once before.
I would honestly, like, why not, bro? Like, we have to understand, Mr. Styles, and I've said this. That generation, AJ, Usyk, all of them, they're done in 2 years. They're finite.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely.
It's now time for the younglings and the saplings to grow. You know,
it's time to put up or shut up now for a lot of these guys. It's time to put up or shut up. Like that's why he said. Like I remember even saying Clark, Wardley when they fought and all these guys. If they want to step up to compete with these guys, they got to take these big fights. If you want to prove you're going to be the future of this division, you got to put up or shut up now. I mean, look at what I remember saying this the first time I was on the show with Chris and Trey. I said Usyk going into that fight was extremely underrated. Like no one was like, look at what he did at cruiserweight. Look at what he did coming up to heavyweight. No one was taking him seriously. But I said the fact that he beat Anthony Joshua not once but twice. I mean, that's got to put some respect on this man's name. And now he just beat one of the best heavyweight boxers in Tyson Fury for the undisputed title. You got to give this man some credit here now at this point. I mean,
I gave him that.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying the critics. I'm saying the other people. Like
you can't criticize. There's not really critics, bro. Everybody knows Usyk won that fight. Like you.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. But
it's undeniable. It was way too convincing for it to be any other way.
People were overlooking this fight with Fury. People were with Fury and Usyk. People were overlooking this fight and thinking they were all talking about Fury and AJ for the undisputed title, or if Fury and AJ. They were talking a lot about that, and they were like, a lot of them were kind of like overlooking Usyk a little bit. I'm like, you got to give him a little more credit than that, a little more respect.
Yeah, Himanshu in the comments is saying they want AJ versus Fury so bad, even without the titles. Yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah, that fight, I think that fight should happen without, because that fight's bigger without the title on the line.
It should. It will still be massive. I just wonder. We'll have to wait and see what Fury's mental state's like, especially if he gets beaten again. Let's see.
We all saw AJ's mental state after when he lost to Usyk twice. He literally picked up the belts and threw him on the ground like a little child, like having a temper tantrum.
Yeah, he was pissed, bro. Imagine you put yourself in his position, and he's a human being. I've not even done or achieved that, and I've been that pissed before where I've something or because I'm very competitive. If you want to be the best, you have to have there has to be that the sportsman in you. Well, I say sportsman, but the that hunger to be the best, and you imagine you give everything, your all, or you could have given it your all and you just let it slip.
No, 100%.
And
100%.
it's twice. Yeah, bro. I absolutely understand that the rant, and I to an extent I even understand Fury's nonsense of what he said after, but you can't give a microphone to these guys after they've been punching each other in the head 12 rounds or someone gets knocked out. You have to do away with that. Just do it in the post-fight interview and keep it to the corners. One thing, just kind of moving along. Lawrence Okolie, he obviously has the hopes and dreams of everybody here in Britain. Ra's hopes and dreams. He's carrying it. himself. He's carrying his own hopes and dreams because he's going over there.
I heard you savagely roasting him. I heard it. I was like,
it's not roasted, bro. Everything I've said is a fact. Everything I've said is a fact.
But the way you're saying
they called him in disbelief, not me. I still even message Raw in disbelief to be like, what? Really? Okay. But I get it. Big up to Okolie, man. I really jokes aside, I genuinely hope that he does it. I think in terms of stylistically,
I think he can become what's Bridgerweight, right?
Undisputed Bridgerweight champion.
Yeah. So is now I've not heard a lot about the Bridgerweight division. Like, not a lot of people I feel like are talking about the Bridgerweight division. But where's like the weight limit again? Where's it in between? Is it between cruiserweight and heavyweight?
Yeah, 224 pounds. Personally, I think it's a pointless division because we've seen that the best cruiserweights can beat big heavyweights. So
point proven Usyk. Point proven Usyk.
Yeah,
he's a perfect example.
I think if Usyk wants true greatness, I think Usyk will drop down to Bridgerweight and just capture that one. If Usyk wants true greatness,
Usyk at this point ain't got nothing else to prove. I mean, I'm sorry, but Bridgerweight. I mean, you talk about this fight tomorrow night, and it's like, if it wasn't on, like, if Boxer wasn't co-promoting it, would really anyone be talking about it? I mean, no offense, it's not just for Lawrence Okolie, but I'm like, in general, would anyone be talking about the Bridgerweight division if Boxer and Lawrence Okolie weren't competing on this card?
Well,
the answer is no.
Fair, it gave this guy Rosansky
gave him some credibility.
I think that this Bridgerweight title, it was always going to get picked up in parts of the world where they've got duff heavyweights, basically. Yeah, because my understanding is the Polish government subsidized Rosansky's world title fight against Babic. So they obviously saw it as an opportunity to, pick up a world title. Fans here won't know any different.
Not pay a damn thing on site fees. Can we just come on, Benjamin Shalom, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Like, work smarter, not harder. Okay, that's what you just said to me, Ra. That's what you said to me.
I mean, look, again, to the point with this Bridgerweight division, not a lot of hype is really going into it. I mean, hell, people are talking. I feel like they're talking more about the GBM card than they're talking about this Bridgerweight title fight that's happening. I mean, they're talking more about. I feel like that's getting more hype than this Bridgerweight with Lawrence Okolie.
To be fair, I actually think it's good that those domestic level shows are getting more attention.
100%.
I don't see anything wrong with that. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, we're going to go on for another 15 minutes. Anyone else, viewers, if you want to get involved, please feel free to join. You can be insulting, not too personal. Keep, if you didn't like my outfit, my disguise over there in Saudi Arabia, you can make fun of that. You were going to Poland, all of that good stuff.
Bro, you were styling profiling like Ric Flair, man. Honestly, I liked it. The only thing I was jealous of was like, damn, this guy's drinking a slushie. I'm like over here like freezing my ass off right now. Like, son of a, like, what the hell? I was jealous of the slushie more.
It's still freezing in Canada in May.
No. Honestly, it's hot now.
Is Canada as much of a desolate wasteland as I expect it to be?
Hey, Ricco.
Trees. Yeah.
No, man. No, but honestly,
I just asked the question.
I know. But hey, because I'm Italian Canadian, man. I rep both my countries, man, dog. But no, it's right now. It's been hot the last few days. It's been like almost in the 30 degrees, and we had to turn on the air conditioning here.
Wait, so you guys have come out of your caves and everything to get water? Or
you're lucky you're all the way over there. You're on the other side of the world. I'm here in Canada, bro.
I've never been there, bro. Like my brothers live in Canada, but they get it worse than you. They get it way worse. I'm just asking.
What part of Canada are they in? What part of Canada are they in?
They're in the 6.
In Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Toronto. I'm just in a different part of Ontario. Yeah, but I'm from Toronto. Yeah, it's fine over here. I'm where Canada's Wonderland is. I live near where Canada's Wonderland is over here, like the amusement park, like where the big
Wonderland. That
Yeah.
sounds a bit Epstein. What is that?
Yeah, that
It's an amusement park. It's a very.
I'm sure
very,
it is. I'm sure it is. It's
not-
amusing to me.
It's got nothing to do with that.
Mr.
No. We just. I'm only playing. Just to get back to the main thing.
Mr. Salt,
yes.
the Catterall Taylor grudge match.
I'm going for Taylor in that one, and I see him going up to 147. He has to. He has to at this point because he's been at 140 for too long. I mean, he didn't need to take that Teofimo fight. He shouldn't have taken that fight, to be quite honest with you, but he did because like the money, whatever was I think it was good. It was hard to pass up. Understandable, but I don't think he needed to take that Teofimo fight, but he did, and now he's going to rematch someone he's already beaten, albeit like the controversial or whatnot. He beat him. He retained his titles. But I feel like Taylor, either by points or by TKO or knockout, like this is like, and he goes up to 147. Like he needs to at this point. He needs to.
I want to ask you both something. Yeah. What do you think happens to the winner and loser of this grudge match?
I feel like for Jack, it gives him the case to, maybe push on to fight for a title at 140 if he wants to. Like if that's like, because he's picking up a win over a former world champion, an undisputed former world champion. But for Taylor, he's getting close to that stage in his career where I feel like it's either like he makes some changes and he moves up to challenge himself to like, if he wants to reach that status again of being undisputed champion, then he needs a win tomorrow night. He needs like a big win to put that all to bed. But I don't know if he loses. I feel like I don't want to see a trilogy really between those two because it just wouldn't make any sense. Like especially if he can barely if his body won't be able to cut that much weight anymore to keep making one. Like he needs to move up to 147. Win, lose, or draw, he needs to move up to 147 tomorrow night. I mean on Saturday night.
Interesting. What about you, Ricco? What happens to the
Catterall,
winner?
what happens to the winner? Lose? Eddie's promised him a big fight after. I think he'll come through with that one. He probably has matching rights or somewhat of a 2-fight deal with Taylor. So he'll probably, if Taylor loses, he'll give Taylor a fight at 147. See how it goes. And then Catterall will, he'll make a play for one of the champions, I would imagine, because that guy is in need of a big, big fight next. It has to happen.
It's not going to be against Ryan Garcia anytime soon. He just popped for his second, whatever it was.
And that, I think, is the perfect segue into what Ricco has been straining at the leash to talk about all night, the last topic of the night. Before we go into that, I just want to ask our viewer, Polar Knights, a barber. He's saying, I like this show as it's like the perfect evolution of beard growth. I'm not blessed with much of facial hair, but Polar Knights, I want your view on this fade that I've just had. If you're going to go to Poland, you got to look good for certain reasons. Those who've been there will know what I'm talking about. How's the fade look, Polar Knights? If you can
No
give
one.
us your view.
No one knows what you're talking about is the answer.
Say that again, Ricco.
No one. You just say if anyone who's been no one, nobody. But
Nobody's been there. Okay.
It's no, but no, right. See, you come on. I'm so happy for you, bro. Like ever since you told me, I've not stopped smiling. Literally. Ryan L. Garcia. The curious case of Osterine contamination in B samples.
Yeah, what the hell is this stuff that you got popped for? Like, what is it? Like, I'm hearing it. I'm like,
Osterine is it helps you. I think it helps you cut weight. I think it also
help you with the mental stuff that's going on in Ryan Garcia's head. I'm just saying.
Bro, I don't really know. But my thing is this, and I've always said this, is that people are defending him still. And the thing
Because
is,
they got a lot
first
of
of all,
money
you are
riding on Garcia. That's why they got a lot of money riding on Garcia. Like that's why they're like defending him till like the very end.
well. The thing is that if we're just looking at the Devin Haney fight, he literally he cheated in every aspect that you
Oh,
possibly
absolutely.
can. He came in over 140 pounds, and he said that he did it on purpose. To come in knowingly that you are going to have an advantage over your opponent, and also he's now saying obviously his supplements are contaminated. It's such a rare thing to have supplements contaminated with fucking ostarine.
That many.
Okay,
That many though.
and they have to now check the supplements and then trace it back and check the batch to see if it's actually correct. Instead of do you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
But I don't see the point of drug testing, because if people are actually defending the behavior and they're
Exactly.
defending all of this stuff, there's no.
They-
I don't see what
they're
the point
enabling
is
them.
in.
They're
I don't see what
enabling
the
them.
point. I don't see what the point is in testing fires if they're just gonna chuck money at the
If they-
problem.
Yeah, they're enabling them. To be honest with you, the people who pop for these things, and then they try to say like, "Oh no, it was a tainted this or it was this and that." I'm like, stop! Like you got popped, you got caught. Like just own up to it. Like I'll have more respect for you if you just own
Big
up
up
to the
Alana
fact.
Knights.
But
Well, big up Mrs. Styles, obviously. Thank you so much for joining into the show, man. You are such a supporter of us. We really appreciate you every time you come through onto the show. Thank you for your opinions. And yeah, we'll no doubt we'll probably see this week.
hey, you guys are welcome.
what
You
we'll
guys are
do-
welcome to come. You guys are welcome to come to Toronto anytime. I'm just throwing it out there. You guys want to come to Toronto? You guys are welcome.
I
I've been
probably won't
told
do that. It seems like a desolate Iceland. It seems different. I've seen Ice
Hey.
Age. I'm not really about it like that.
Canada.
But thank you so much, Mr. Production. What we'll do is Raw. Give us your sort of take on the Ryan thing, and then we'll sign out with our sponsors.
You know what? I find it outrageous that there's still amongst our colleagues in the Twitterverse not only defending it, trying to come out with stuff like, oh well, it didn't even help him. Like our former guest, ain't it, brah? I get it. We know he's a Haney hater, but he tries to scoff at it, saying, "Yeah, it didn't. Steroids don't make you more skillful to land a left hook." Actually, yeah, they do, because if the steroids make you faster and harder punching, then that left hook is going to have more effect than if you didn't take the drugs. I mean, come on.
There's people out there defending how much the drug has helped. Oh, it's not even that much. Are you people fucking serious? You're seriously.
If it didn't help you, it wouldn't be a PED, and you'd be allowed to take it. Yeah, it'd be like having some coffee or whatever.
And Ryan was 6 times. His sample's 6 times over.
Come on.
So what they're saying is, they're saying the hair follicle. They did a hair follicle raw, and that it came back negative, but they've not given official. There's no testing agency that's actually done that.
Yeah, exactly. So tested by who? Your mate back home or what?
Exactly.
That's why there's official testing agencies, to make sure your dodgy mate or your dodgy pharmacist doesn't just listen. I've got doctors and mates. I'm always asking them for steroids. Yeah, they're professional and they don't give me them. But you can bet your life there are dodgy doctors out there that would give them. So fuck out of there with that crap. Nah, I got no time for him. I saw him over there in Saudi, and I saw the way our media colleagues fawning over him, rushing to get. I think, dude,
he brings views, but my thing is like, it's if you're, and obviously he's denying it or whatever like that. But my issue isn't so much with My issue is with the fact that no one accepts the results. So if they're saying that yes, it is contamination, but we know it's this supplement, but then they're saying this hair follicle is saying that it's negative with it's all just bullshit. And the thing is that fighters are just doing it now to just get out of taking a ban or having, you know, that kind of blemish on their record or whatever. But it says you are in charge. You pay people to get your supplements and research where the supplements come from. And this is why you can't use that excuse, because it's inexcusable, right? So
Exactly.
what's the point? There's no point of drug testing. I think just stop. There's just no point. It's just a farce, right? There's no point. Nothing happens. Nothing's going to happen to Ryan. Let's be honest with ourselves. So I just think
always love hearing
like
from you. Cheated either way. You know what? The way Garcia is acting, you know, with all the constant, you know, trolling.
He tweeted, "I love steroids." He literally tweeted
that. I think he's going all in on the, you know, trying to play the crazy role to distract from.
He planted the seeds during the build-up, bro. He planted the seeds during the build-up. This kid is fucking. He's clever.
I don't want to know until he's cleared through the proper channels. Yeah, don't want to. Not interested in seeing it. You know, his next fight. Don't think he should get any more big fights. But as you know, we've seen this before. If you bring enough money into the sport,
no consequences. There's no consequences. As long as the commissions are privately owned, or, you know, and without actual governmental legislation, this is just going to keep on happening. So I'm down for the circuses, like, you know, but it does make me sad to a certain extent that people will actually, that you'll defend someone who actually got caught with it, right? It's like, what's the point of it all, you know? Like anyway. First of all, I just want to big up obviously my co-host Ra, and just your man. I just want good things for you, bro. You know, when you tell me these things of going over there to Poland and watching Okolie, I am in awe of you. No. I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart. Mate, I want a biopic from you. I want that. I mean, a bio whatever, just whatever. Also, we would like to thank our sponsors, D-Rock Clothing. You can get 40% off your total purchase by using promo code iBoxingHub24. That is iBoxingHub24 with the likes of Johnny Nelson, most cruiserweight championship title defenses, and Joseph Parker. Hell of a year. Back-to-back wins over the Bang Zhang and Bronze Bomber. So yeah. I will be giving you a lot of content this weekend, so please go check it out. Follow, obviously, iBoxing Hub. Follow No Smoke Sport. Follow Punchout Boxing. We have so many shows for you on this platform. It's actually quite crazy.
Yeah, big up to
Gato over there in the USA. Big up Aisha. Big up Abbas. Big up Ray. Neutral. It's truly grown into something.
The two big boys. Trey and BNG, big up to them. So
big up,
yeah,
Trey Wade.
Look out for all of our shows. I think there's something for everyone. Like I said, we're such a variety of personalities.
There's crossover boxing. There's everything, man. So honestly, guys, if you know you love the sport like we do, you want to have a laugh, get you know our thoughts on current topics. Listen to someone do something crazy on a Friday. Come through on the iBoxing Hub. We have everything for you guys. And a very big special shout out to Trey, actually, because the brother Trey does a lot behind the scenes, guys. Like an immeasurable amount of stuff behind the scenes. So honestly, he makes sure everything is in tip-top shape. So I want to really give a very, very special big thank you to our brother Trey. We love you, bro. Also, your guy Ryan Pop, bro. He popped up dirty. Dirty. Yeah, we will see you guys next week, Thursday. Much love to everybody. Take care.
It's another bang. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. I start my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a bag,